everybody. Welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you already know I cannot gatekeep. I can't. Why would I want to gatekeep on the best community on these internet streets? And I kid you not, I am just not bragging. They are the best. And listen, if you don't believe me, go in the comments, talk to somebody, chit chat, chop it up a little bit, and I promise you, you're going to come out wanting to be a part of this community. And when you do, this is what you do. Go down in the settings, look around, find that subscribe button, and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit that notification bell too, so you'll know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight that nemesis of mine, that beast, the algorithm. I promise you, I will continue to dog walk it if you continue to give me those thumbs ups. I promise you. I also want to give a quick shout out and a huge thank you to all of the readers who decide to support the channel by watching the commercials. Y'all are doing such a great job, and I'm so appreciative. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, over there in the corner, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting this channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I'll be so grateful, so thankful, so over the moon appreciative to have that support. Also, if you just want to do a one-time donation, listen, look over there. You see those three little dots? Click that. And that's where the super thanks button is. And listen, all donations to the channel is always, always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all, I do have some shout outs. And the first up is one of my favorites. One of the people who have been with me since the beginning is always coming through, always supporting, ride or die, ride or die. And that would be Miss Jane Press. She is everything. Now, Jane don't say much, but she is always there, always coming through with the support. She is always showing the read nothing but love, and I appreciate her so very much. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Jane. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And also, Heather Stroud came through. Yes, she did. I love Heather as well. Heather is just really no nonsense. She absolutely is one of the people that I just love to read her comments because she don't hold back. She says what needs to be said, and she has no hesitation. She don't pick no bones. She don't. She absolutely just says what's on her mind. And I just love that about Heather. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Heather. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for being a part of this community. Just thank you. Thank you for your support. And next up is K.O.D. Hey, Kay. I love Kay. Kay is quiet too. She has been with me for a while, but listen, she is always in those comments, always supporting. I love Kay, and I'm so grateful that she chose this community to be her community. I am thrilled with that. I am. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Kay. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. All right, y'all. I'm going to play this and we'll talk on the other side. Y'all, I want to give another quick shout out to Jane Press. Oh, Jane, I love Jane. I do. And Heather Strauss, love Heather. K.O.D., love Kate. Listen, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all for supporting. And just thank you so much for being here. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is, and y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. I hit these internet streets. And let me tell you, we got some stuff to talk about now. Listen, the Squatties are still in the afterglow of Harry and Meghan's Christmas cards, and also on Sussex.com, seeing all of their, what they have done through Archwell in the past 5 years, and just seeing all of their work and just being so proud of them. And listen, it is a lot to talk about there, but we're going to talk about that being in the afterglow. We're still going to talk a little bit more about Harry's snow polo because it was some people there that was watching our prince, and I want to talk about that. And Willie was out and about. We're going to talk about that too. Yes, he was out there copying Harry and Meghan, what he thinks he does best. But we all know that is not true. And we just going to have a whole lot of different things that we're going to talk about. So let's get started. Listen, it's some goodies in here. So y'all hang on in there to the end. I promise you, you're going to be entertained. First up, I want to put this up because we are still loving this Christmas card. The Squatties are still posting and posting and posting this Christmas card. Why? Because Harry and Meghan always seems to get it right. And we are just loving. We're loving Archie. We're loving Lily. We are just loving these two kids. And of course, y'all know we love Harry and Meghan. And I'll tell you one thing Squatters are talking about, how Harry and Meghan has figured it out. They have figured out a way to maintain their kids' privacy, but also share, them with the people who really love them. The Squatties. And we appreciate that so very much. I think that they got it just right. What about y'all? Because even though we don't get to see their faces, we get to see how they've grown, what they're up to. And yeah, I just think it's a perfect balance. So yes, that's something that Squatties are talking about. And I'll tell you what Squatties are also doing. They're kind of breaking the picture down in little scenes like this scene right here with Harry and Archie. Yes, this Squatty posted this and said, Archie has gotten so big, our first angel. Yes, he is a big boy. I mean, it seems like the Sussex kids are growing like weeds. They are. They really are. I remember when Archie was born. And here he is. He's a big boy. He really is. He is so cute with a head full of hair. I'm hoping Archie takes hair after Meghan. Yes, I want Archie to have that curse from that family over there like Harry does. Because we all know they all go bald over there. So I'm hoping Archie inherits Meghan's genes. Yes, on Doria's side. Because Doria didn't have any bald people on her side of the family. So I'm hoping that Archie reached all the way back to the ancestors and get that hair gene and hold on to it as tight as he can. Yes, because I want our little Archie to keep that beautiful head of hair. I'm just saying. And look at this, Archie and Harry. Yes, dad and son had on the same shoes. They did. Isn't that cute? It is so cute. This particular squatty that posted it said, with the matching pair of shoes. I mean, I love it. They are such a sweet, sweet family. They do stuff like this, and I love that. I do. And this squatty, Megan, the Duchess of Advocacy, one of my favorite squatties, said this. I love the fact that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's holiday family photos are always shot spontaneous in real time. I love their family. Bless them. I do too. I mean, you don't get a card from Harry and Meghan, a picture that was taken closer to the last Christmas than this one. Y'all remember in my last podcast, Squatties had figured out that the picture that Willie and Kitty posted for Christmas actually was some pictures that they have used all through the year. And it was closer to the time of last Christmas than this Christmas when those photos were taken. And I just think that's disgraceful. I really do. Can you put in a little more effort? And Harry and Meghan are together all the time with her children, so it's not anything that they have to arrange. All they have to do is walk out in the yard and take a picture. And I'm not making any reference that other people are not together, but it does seem like if you are together a lot and your wife professed to be this photographer, it would be very easy to take photos at the same time you release them. I'm just saying, y'all tell me what y'all think. Am I over dramatizing this? But I know families, you can take a picture anytime, especially, like I said, when you profess to be a photographer. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatty says, there's something incredibly sweet about how much Princess Lily resembles her grandmother. I see a lot of my mom in Lily. This is what Harry said. Y'all remember when he said that? And he said she's very Spencer like. She's got the same blue eyes, sort of like golden red hair. Yes, Prince Harry said that about Lily, and you can see the resemblance. And let me tell you, it has a lot of the trolls, a lot of the ugly old hags, a lot of the flying monkeys, all the smelly skanks. This really has them in a chokehold. They can't help themselves. They're talking about Lily's hair, saying that it's unkempt. And how can Meghan have her daughter's hair like that? What they don't seem to understand is number one, is none of their business, because the most important thing in that sentence is Meghan's daughter. It's her daughter. And number two, Lily is of African descent. Of course, she is going to have some wave patterns in her hair. But even if that wasn't true, look at Diana's hair. Look at her hair right here. I mean, it is absolutely wavy. Lily was destined to have wavy hair. But they have to hold on to something. They do. And it's so funny to me. It is like water off of a duck's back for me, because we all know the demons inside of these haters are really, really stirring. Every time Lily shows up looking like Diana, they never wanted this for Harry and Meghan. They wanted this for Willie and Kitty. They wanted Willie and Kitty's kids to look like Diana, to look like the Spencers, because they wanted to leech off of Diana's legacy. And how many times have we saw in the media that Kensington Palace, that those flying monkeys push the narrative that Kitty is just like Diana or Willie is just like Diana? Now listen, I don't have a problem with Willie, following in the footsteps of his mother. I'm sure Diana would be just so pleased and so happy to know that he was doing that. But where the problem comes in for me is when he uses her legacy in order to bolster himself, meaning that he uses the affection that the public has for Diana in order to bolster himself, to prop himself up. And that right there is the difference between Willie and Harry. Willie uses Diana as a PR prop. Harry uses Diana to honor her. Every time you see Harry does anything when it relates to his late mother, it is to honor her. It is to defend her. It is to show what a wonderful human being she was, not to center himself. But every time Willie does that, every time he associates himself with something that is Diana's legacy, he always centers himself. He always does that. So to me, that's the problem. I'm just saying. Some people just have flyaways when they don't have product in it. I think she gets it honestly. And look at Diana. Yeah, she get it honestly. And like I said, she's also of African descent. So of course she is going to have a natural wave pattern to her hair. These people are so ridiculous. What do they want Megan to do? To break out a flat iron for a 5-year old? I mean, come on now. This is just ridiculous and laughable. And that's exactly what I do. I laugh at these people because it's all rooted in jealousy. And all I want to say to them is this: stay mad, itches. Stay mad. And this squatty said, "Dear Derangers, we all know what's happening. The anger and the bitterness you have because of the heirs kids are looking more and more Windsorized and like the mids, while watching Harry and Meghan's children, and especially Lily Diana, looking so much like a Spencer. Where is the lie? Where is it? That is what's eating them. Because, like I said earlier, this was not what was supposed to happen. You know, none of this was in their plan. It was not on their bingo cards. Harry and Meghan has defied all expectations that family, that those flying monkeys, all those haters, the ugly old trolls and the hags and all of them, they have defied every expectations they had for them. And they get mad. They're bitter, bitter, bitter. You can see it on their faces. I'm telling you, some of them trolls look so bad. Oh man, hate has a way of eating away not only in your soul, but on your face. Wait, y'all, I got to quit. And this squatty says, quiet as a mouse at the Queen's estate being used as a elf breeding funhouse, but loud as F about a 4-year-old baby girl having tousled hair. Got it. Exactly. This recently came out in the past day or two that J.E. and that Galeen woman and Andrew was over there up to, I mean, some horrific shenanigans over on the Queen estate. I mean, no respect whatsoever. But yet and still, they're silent. They don't want to talk about that anymore, but they're more than willing to talk about little Lily's tasseled hair. Yes, and this is why they are a joke. This is why I laugh at them. I throw my head back and cackle because you can't take these people seriously. Because you're not a serious person if you're really talking about a 4-year-old's hair. Really? And who do they think they're going to upset? Nobody, because it reflects more on you than it ever could reflect on Lily or Megan. I mean, these people have no sense of self whatsoever. But yes, worry about what went on at the Queen's estate with Andrew, J.E., and Ghislaine. Yes, worry about that. Some old nasty stuff. But all you want to talk about is sweet little Lily's beautiful reddish blonde tasseled hair that looks just like her grandmother's. We'll talk about that all day because we love it. And this squatty says, if y'all are so worried about royal hair, worry about bleaching royal kids' hair to make them look more like their paternal grandmother. My faves don't have to change their kids' hair color. And all I'm going to say is we know it's a lot being blamed on the sun. That's all I'm going to say about that. But it is a lot of peculiar things, especially when it comes to hair, going on over there in the Wales household. Yes, you should focus in over there because it's some changes being made that is blamed on the sun. That's all I'm going to say. And this squatty says the frenzy isn't about the child's hair or what Megan wears. The frenzy is about the drab Christmas card that was released before the Sussex's Christmas card, which is youthful, beautiful, and centuries ahead of the drab one. And because the Sussex's kids are so like Princess Diana, where is the lie? Because I mean, that Christmas card of Willie's and Kitty's landed with a thud. And when Harry and Meghan's Christmas card came out, it was as if it never even existed. It was all about Harry and Meghan breaking the internet with a Christmas card. So I agree with this squatter. Yes, it's all about that. They're mad, they're bitter, they're envious because Harry and Meghan always seem to get it right when it comes to public opinion. Just the way it is. And this squatty is posting about the different receptions that each Christmas card got. Prince Harry and Meghan's Christmas card versus Willie and Kitty's Christmas card. Now, I must say, I don't really enjoy indulging in these competitions between the two couples, pitting the two couples against one another. That's not something that I enjoy, but this is the game they like to play. We're just playing along, to be honest, because we could go from now to eternity and never even mention Willie and Kitty's name if they would leave Harry and Meghan alone. But since they want to play this game, we'll play this game. And let me tell you, Harry and Meghan is always going to come out on top. And this squad is posting about that and says this: it makes zero sense why William and Kate, who have a larger social media following than Meghan and who consistently poll highest in popularity, are consistently outcompeted by Harry and Meghan, who we are constantly told are the least popular and most disliked royals ever lived. And where is the lie? It says one couple only received fawning media coverage, whereas the other has been bombarded by negative articles and constant hit pieces every single day for over 5 years. But yet and still, Harry and Meghan always get more numbers. They do. They are always clocking more numbers than the whales. People are just more interested in whatever Harry and Meghan is doing compared to Willie and Kitty. And it shows every time they are put up against one another in identical situations like these Christmas cards. Look at this. This is the original post, and it says the ratio on British Vogue's IG page. The reason why I love math is that with numbers, you know where you stand. The numbers never lie. It says 20 hours ago versus 2 days ago. And as you can see, this top card, which would be the Sussex's card, got almost 51,000 likes. And it was only up 20 hours. And it got 775 comments. Compared to the Wales's card that was up 2 days prior, and it got almost 34,000 likes and only 219 comments. And like this particular squatty said, numbers do not lie, but they continue to tell us, continue to insist upon that the whales are the most popular of the two couples. But the numbers don't bear that out to be true. Now, if I was going to believe something, I would believe the numbers, not the lying mouths of those flying monkeys across the pond. Yes, here it is in the raw numbers. It absolutely paints a whole different picture of what they have been trying to sell us for what? The past 5, almost 6 years? Yeah. And I'm going to put this up because I found this to be fascinating. Fascinating. As you can see, this squatty says this: When they sent the bots to spam Harry and Meghan's post, my goodness, William is not well. And what this particular squatty is talking about is that when someone posts about Harry and Meghan, I'm talking about organizations, news organizations, news entities. When they post about Harry and Meghan, it is bots, it is spam that goes in there and promotes Willie and Kitty on Harry and Meghan's post. I kid you not. I'm going to put it up. Look at this one. This was on USA Today Live. And as you can see, the post was Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan make meaningful change to foundation. And as you can see, spam came in there and said Prince William and Prince George just showed what true charity work looks like. Trying to get some kind of traction from Harry and Meghan's posts, trying to redirect interest from Harry and Meghan to Willie and his son. Yes, to that family. It is crazy to me that these people are so desperate that they are trying to leech off of Harry and Meghan, even when it's not Harry and Meghan who is posting. They are going under other news organizations post and posting about themselves when the news organization is posting about Harry and Meghan. I kid you not. Here's another one. This was Bazaar UK, and it says the Duke and Duchess of Sussex share their sweet 2025 family Christmas card. And what is under it? It says Prince William and Prince George just put out a wonderful video of helping out at the homeless shelter. They show what true charity looks like. I mean, up under this post, trying to promote that family. Why? Because they know people are interested in Harry and Meghan. They're going to read it. They're going to go in and comment. And so they want people to see this to try to drive traffic over there to them and try to get some kind of recognition off of the back of Harry and Meghan, like they have done over and time again. Y'all know that's all they want to do is to leech off of Harry and Meghan's shine. And here is proof of this. We, well, like we needed proof because we see it all the time. They know that they don't have any shine and they try to use Harry and Meghan. Here's another one. This is from ABC News. It says Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, are sharing holiday cheer and a new family photo. And what comes up under here? It says Prince William and Prince George just put out a wonderful video of helping out at a homeless shelter. They are truly showing the holiday. Can you believe that? Of course you can, because you're squatties. We have saw this nonsense over and over and over again. It is no low that they're not willing to go. They absolutely know who they are. I have said that time and time again. These people know who they are. They just don't want you to know who they are. These people know that they have no shine. They know Harry and Meghan are the most popular. They know people are interested in Harry and Meghan. And so they desperately try to use Harry and Meghan to promote themselves. Charles does it. The horse does it. So does Willie and Kitty. And here Willie is being caught at it red-handed. I'm just saying. Y'all tell me what y'all think of this. But this right here to me absolutely blew my mind. There it is for everyone to see. We always know it, but the receipts are always great to have. It's mind blowing. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. This is the LBC, and they are talking about this engagement that I was talking about with Willie and George. And it says Prince William follows Diana's footsteps by taking George to help homeless charity at Christmas. And this squatty came up under that and said, poor Diana, 1 minute Willie is calling her crazy and paranoid, and the next minute he's using her name for PR stunts. And that's the way I feel about it. I really feel that William uses Diana for PR stunts. Never to lift her up, never to defend her honor, always as PR stunts. Unlike Harry, Harry is always doing things to honor his mother and to fight for her legacy and her name. It is a difference there. I don't care what nobody say. Now, if William switched gears and moved like Harry moves when it comes to his mother, you would hear nothing from me, because at the end of the day, Diana is William's mother as well. But it's the way he goes at it. It is just, ooh, it is cringe to me, because he centers himself every time when something is supposed to center his mother. That's my thoughts on this. But I must say, seeing George out was nice. He seemed like he was having a good time for a change. He seemed like he really enjoyed himself. You can see one thing about George, you can tell what's going on with him on his face. He's not good at hiding yet. You can tell he'll get a mask soon, as he grows older. But for now, he's not good at masking how he's feeling. And this time, he seemed like he really enjoyed himself. So I have so far a lot of hopes for George. I really hope that George becomes the man that his father and his grandfather never could be. That he is really a good king if he is allowed to become king, if all of it doesn't collapse before he ascends to the throne. Because right now, I have a lot of hope for George. He seems like he is a good young man, although he kind of disappointed me when he saw the little boy. Y'all remember that, when he saw the little boy and he was crippled, and he seemed like he was very, very put aback by that. He recoiled from that. And I don't blame him for that. I blame his parents to not expose him to different kind of people. And maybe this is William's way of doing that. I don't know. But he seemed very comfortable and he seemed very happy in doing what he was doing. And so I love it. And this is from ITV talking about this engagement. It says Prince William and Prince George don aprons to help with Christmas lunch at homeless shelter. And this squatty came up under it and said, stalking and copying everything his brother does while leeching off the poor. Well, can you argue? Can you argue? I'm just saying. And this squatty said, as soon as Harry and Meghan volunteered with their kids, I knew Willie Macbeth and his film crew would rush to copy. Too bad poor George had no idea who Diana even was and had to be told by Willie she was his mom. Super cringe. What? What? Y'all tell me what y'all think about this. George didn't know who Princess Diana was. He had to tell him at the time that Princess Diana was his mother, his grandmother. That's hard for me to believe, y'all. I didn't hear that in that particular clip. Now, maybe it was in a different clip. If y'all saw this, please tell me in the comments, because this is shocking. This is shocking. If this happened, this is shocking. Now, this is a repost, and the original post says this. After this photo, the alarms went off in another house. The Sussexes, always leaders. And this squatty that reposted this said, William and Kate have learned that they don't have to think outside of the box and put in the work to pursue causes they are passionate about. Now, even though this is true. It shows. It shows. The difference between the two couples are stark. One has a purpose, the other one has an agenda, and you can tell which is which. So, yeah, they copy off of Harry and Meghan, but it's definitely the Timu version of it. And it goes on to say they have learned that they just have to sit and wait for Harry and Meghan to do something and then copy that exact same thing. It's pretty sad and pathetic that William is bringing George, who is almost a teenager, to do charity work only after it emerged that Harry and Meghan brought their toddlers with them to prepare meals for the hungry. Because let's be real, William would never have brought George otherwise. Now, y'all tell me what y'all think about that. I tend to go along with this particular squatty. Yeah, George is almost a teenager. And so, because of that, it is a little late because they were little kids when Diana took them to the homeless shelter. George is almost a teenager. But y'all tell me what y'all think. But we all know it's him copying. He is absolutely piggybacking off of his brother as he has done his whole life. He has played catch up his whole life to his baby brother. How embarrassing is that? I'm just saying. And this squatty says he leads, they follow. Where's the lie? Where is it? He has been leading them since the beginning. And it should be embarrassing. And look at William's face in this picture. I mean, he is trying so hard to beat Harry, and Harry is loving every minute of it because he clearly knows who he is, and he knows he is the better man. And one thing I really, really love about this picture is Harry's face, and he would not let them win. He would not. He looked back at Willie, saw Willie was doing everything he could to win, and then Harry put it in second gear and blasted them. Harry said, "No, it is nothing. It's going to make me let you win." Harry was proving a point. He a winner. And this particular squatter reposted this video of William and George that they posted on their Instagram page and said this: "Where's the gloves and the hairnets? They screamed blue murder last week when the Sussexes did the same at a charity. The hypocrisy is off the record." Exactly. Y'all remember that. They were just going crazy because they didn't have gloves on. And where is the hairnets and the gloves for George and Willie? I mean, we get crickets. Crickets. The hypocrisy. That's why I pay these people no mind because they're not serious people. They're not serious people. I'm just saying. And this right here, this squatty, I swear, this is a home run. This is 10 out of 10 because this squatty calls William and Kitty's staff out for the mediocres that they are. Kitty and Willie are mediocre, and their staff is mediocre and subpar. Look at this. This is what Willie posted on their Instagram page. It says Christmas at Passages 22 years apart. December 2025, Prince William, Prince George, and head chef Claudette. It says December 1993, Diana, Princess of Wales, Prince William, and Passages chef. Now you see how they absolutely cut Harry out of that picture because Harry was there as well. But I digress. Do you see what I see here? They're saying that between 1993 and 2025 is 22 years. And of course, squatties are going to go in and show them up for the numbskulls that they are. Look what this squatty said. Using Diana's legacy while failing primary school math is wild. It says Kensington Palace 1993 to 2025 equals 32 years. Count it slowly. All of the privilege, power, PR teams, and elite education, they cannot do primary math. This is so embarrassing. These people need to stop. Can you believe this? I can't with these people. That is my theme for this particular podcast. I cannot take these people serious. How can you take someone serious who can't even get the small things right? How can you expect them to do the big ones right when they can't do primary math? It is so ridiculous, but hilarious. But still ridiculous. Y'all tell me about this. This is just Chef's Kiss. I enjoy this so much because it's just so telling, isn't it? It is telling. And I'm going to put this up. This is one of the pictures that has come out of this engagement. Yes, Willie giving a black woman a neck massage. And George is finding it hilarious as he has his fingers all over them rolls someone is going to eat. But I digress. And of course, Squatties, this kind of jogged our memory. And we thought about this. And y'all remember when Marcus posted this and said, emergency black friend has been activated. Y'all remember when they were saying that, they wasn't a racist family. Yes, they were smeared and just tainted with all the racism from Kitty and Charles before they had to try to cleanse themselves with the performative cancer. Yes, they even came out with this. I mean, y'all remember this when it says, my friend Prince William is no racist. Yet this is the same man that William said that he slept rough with. And so every time he needs a black friend, he pulls this young man out. And, they go around the streets of London looking for him, a corner or some bridge he might be sleeping under. Yes. And then he is activated as the emergency black friend. Williams. Well, this particular squatter posted that and said, you know what this reminds me of? It does. It does. All I can say to this woman, this chef Claudette, yes, get ready now, Claudette, because you might have to be activated at any given time, anytime any racist accusations come up, because you might absolutely have to be featured in the Fail or the Telegraph. Yeah, your job now is to be the emergency black person. I love it, y'all. I love the messiness of it all. I'm going to put this up because this is interesting as well. This squatty says, so the pretend charity photo op happened on the 16th of December as per the kid's signature in the book. But they decided to release it 4 days later because they couldn't stand the attention the other brother and his adorable family was getting for their wholesome Christmas card. What do y'all think about that? Now, this is what I think. I think this was all planned. They were waiting for that Christmas card of Harry and Meghan's to come out so they could piggyback on it. Because they know who they are. They know they could never overshadow it. So they had to piggyback off of it. And that is where all of those posts under the post about Harry and Meghan's Christmas cards, they're posting about William and George's engagement and telling people where they can go to watch the video. So I think this was all planned to try to piggyback off the shine of Prince Harry and Meghan and the kids' Christmas card. Yes, because they know exactly who they are and they know exactly what their limitations are. They know using the kids doesn't work anymore. They cannot overshadow anything or anybody having to do with Harry and Meghan. So they have decided to swim with the current instead of swimming against it, meaning that they are glomming onto Harry and Meghan to try to get as much traction as they can from Harry and Meghan's shine. They're swimming with the current, not against it anymore. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but that is my thoughts on it. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up, and I must say this right here was surprising too. It was, sometimes you be surprised but not surprised. I'm surprised but not surprised. And it seems that one of those talk shows that they have, one of those panel shows that they have about the royals, they have Chris Ship on there with a P, not a T, as Byron says, and his sidekick, Lizzie, and this other woman who is from Loose Women. I forgot her name, but anyway, they literally had a quiz about Meghan's Instagram. I kid you not. And what is so funny about this is that Meghan and Harry lives 5,000 miles away. They live 5,000 miles away, and they have the heir to the thrones right there. They have future king and queen, dumb as a rock, living right there in country, but yet and still they can't help but to focus on a couple who is no longer working roles, no longer living in the country, and is 5,000 miles away, and they are doing a quiz about a Instagram page. And this particular squatty posted about this. This is a repost. The original post said this. So apparently, ITV Raw Bees is doing a podcast quiz with the Raw Rota artists on Meghan's Instagram post for 2025. I think what this squatty is saying thought she was unrelatable. But yeah, thought she was unrelatable. And they are doing a full on quiz about Meghan's Instagram. I kid you not. And this squatty reposted it and said this: first, to have a quiz about Meghan's Instagram is unlocking a level of obsession henceforth never been witnessed. And then acting like they don't know the answer is clownery of the highest order. Rest. Where is the lie? I watched the clip, and Chris Ship with a P, not a T, is pretending like he don't know all the answers. When Meghan went and wrote what number, what year in the sand on her Instagram. I don't know. Was it what was it? I mean, the clownery is absolutely at its height in this particular so-called podcast. I mean, they are pretending like they are not obsessed because they know that they will catch HE double hockey sticks from the squatties if they just get all the answers right. But they don't understand is we coming with the heat if you act like you know it or not, because at the end of the day, it is nothing but obsession at its rawest form. Yes. So we gonna clown you no matter what because you're a clown show. You're a clown show. So like this particular squatty said, it is to the highest order. It really is. And she says she rests, but I can't rest because at the end of the day, these people right here needs to be called out. every day, 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We need to be on these folks' necks because these people crazy. They are. I'm just saying. And this particular squatty posted about this nonsense and said, when I say Megan keeps these people in jobs, I mean she single handedly is the reason that these people still have jobs. These people have never gone to the lengths they go when it comes to reporting on working roles. They need to thank her. Exactly, because all they do is keep her name in their mouths. What did these people do before Megan stepped her size 7 Aquazzura pump on that Island Nation? What did they do? It's as if they never existed until Megan showed up. It is crazy. And look, this is ITV's post about this nonsense. It says ITV rules. How well have you been following Meghan Markle? Charlene quizzes Chris and Lizzie on the annual Talking Royals Christmas quiz. Play along by watching the full episode on YouTube or listening wherever you get your podcasts. Yes, yes, yes. Advertising this clown show. I mean, is it no such thing as embarrassment when it comes to the flying monkeys? Because this right here is embarrassing. You are taking the time to have a quiz about a couple or a woman who is not native to your country and who does not live on the same continent that you live on. She's no longer a working role. What is the problem here? What is it? Why can you not let go? It has been almost 6 years since Meghan and Harry has left the United Kingdom. They absolutely put that island nation in the rearview mirror, and these people have done nothing but try to hold on by their fingertips with everything in them to Harry and Meghan. It is ridiculous. They actually made a post about this, not about what else is going on with the royals that are presently on the same continent, in the same country. No, the royals who are a whole ocean away. Those are the ones they choose to focus on. I mean, it is embarrassing. It is. I am embarrassed for them. I have secondhand embarrassment for these flying monkeys. I mean, this is ridiculous. And this particular squatty said, this SHIT is funny. Stop the clownery pretending like Meghan doesn't live rent free in your head, Chris Ship. Laughing my A off. Yes, he was up there pretending like he didn't know the answer. Now Lizzie was coming in with the answer because she knew that they do nothing but stalk Meghan's Instagram page. And if you go back to all of his posts, he has posted about everything that Meghan has posted on her Instagram page. So he can stop with the clownery. He can just absolutely stop with this nonsense because the history just does not bear out what he is saying or his behavior. I'm just saying. And speaking of clownery, this popped up in the Daily Fail, and it is so embarrassing that these people will go to this extent to try to smear Harry and Meghan and end up embarrassing themselves. Look at this. This is from Alison Bozoff. I want to call her something else. I know I'm not pronouncing her name right, but I could care less. It says fancy dinner with Harry and Meghan. It's yours for $100,000, right, Alison Boshoff. Now, when I saw this, I said to myself, this must be her time because y'all know all those ugly old hags. We all know who they are. I mean, they have just become familiar to us, like, Sarah No Nick Vine and Amanda No Man Will Want Me Patel, and of course, Jan the One-Eyed Cyclops Moore. Yes, those unfortunate souls, they rotate responsibility, meaning they rotate times that they get to write smear and hit pieces on Harry and Meghan. So I said to myself, this has to be Allison's time because she is another one of those, unfortunate souls that, you know, that is so ugly that they can make an onion cry. Now, I think this is one of the specifications that you have to have if you're going to be a female journalist over there at the fail, because every one of them are so ugly inside and out. I mean, when I call them unfortunate souls, I mean exactly that. They write on the pages of the fail how bad their lives are, and then they proceed to try to tear down Harry and Meghan because they're so bitter that Harry and Meghan are nothing like them. Meghan is beautiful, successful, smart, and a self made woman, and they are the opposite. And this squatty posted that article and said this: British media angry now that they might have to pay to be around Harry and Meghan, when more than 5 years ago they had access to Harry and Meghan for free. Instead of appreciating what they had, they chose to wage a smear campaign against them, forcing them to flee Britain, which they did. And Harry and Meghan are now excelling, and the British press can't stand her. Exactly. Now, I heard that they were just falling all over themselves to pay for those pictures of Harry playing snow polo. That they were absolutely killing themselves to have Harry in the pages of those rags over there. And now they have to pay for it. Now they have to pay for it. And every time they pay for it, they get so mad, they get so angry. And all I can say is, I love this for them. And the reason they have to pay for it is because of nonsense just like this, writing a nonsense piece to smear Harry and Meghan. Because don't get it twisted, this is nothing but nonsense. And I'm going to put this up because this particular squatter is explaining why this article is nothing but nonsense. They say BS check. Harry and Meghan are not selling tickets to have dinner with them. Tickets were sold for the RFK Ripple Award Gala when Harry and Meghan was the honorees. That is what she's talking about. She done went way back, over a year back, and wrote an article about when Harry and Meghan was honorees at the Robert F. Kennedy Ripple Awards. And because the Robert F. Kennedy Foundation sold tickets to attend this big event every year. They have been using for years and years and years to raise money for the charity, not just charging because Harry and Meghan came. They have been charging year after year after year, selling tickets. This is a source of their income for this charity. This woman wants to write some nonsense like this. This is why nobody can take these people serious, because every time they write something like this, it just do not hold up past the smell test. It's always BS. It is. And this particular squatty said, NB, there is nothing unusual or wrong about raising money for charity in this way, because show me a charity doesn't raise money like this. I don't know a charity that doesn't raise money like this. This is crazy. And they act as if they just did it for Harry and Meghan, and if Harry and Meghan was getting a cut out of it. These people are crazy. And that is the reason why they cannot take them serious. That is the reason why Harry wants to have nothing to do with them. This is why Harry didn't want to stay in the UK. because they are so disingenuous. These people are absolute vermin. I'm just saying. And while they are writing nonsense like this, they are ignoring stuff like this. This is the real story. Look at this. This was in Politics US. And as you can see, it is a former Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson. It says pictured Sarah Ferguson, former Duchess of York, in the JE Files release. Yes, there is a picture of her in the JE Files release. This, I think this was what, yesterday they released this? And there she sits. But nothing about that. They want to talk about Lily's hair and something that happened over a year ago, which is normal practice when it comes to charities. These people need to stop. And this Squatty that reposted this said, and the British media and the Royal Rats have more vim for Meghan for being the Duchess while black than effing roaches. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I ain't had nothing to say about this. Yeah, this is why we can't take them serious. And I'm going to put this up. They're not scrutinizing this either. It says, is there any self-awareness here at all? A king crowned and draped in wealth lecturing the public about the cost of living is not empathy. It's an insult. It's hollow, it's performative, and utterly disconnected from the reality of ordinary people. Just pageantry. Charles did his King's speech today. I think it was today or yesterday. Y'all correct me in the comments. And he sit up there with all these stolen jewels on, just dripping, and was talking to people who are struggling day to day to try to keep a roof over their head, try to keep heating, and trying to keep groceries in the cupboard. And he is sitting there lecturing them. Now, wouldn't it be nice if they would actually do something about this and really dig deep into how this monarchy is doing nothing but sucking the taxpayers dry? That's what they need to focus on instead of focusing on a couple who lives 5,000 miles away. This is ridiculous. But yeah, he did this King's speech dressed up in all this get up and had the nerve to lecture ordinary people about the economy. I cannot with these people. And I want to end on a funny note. Look at Prince Harry. I love this picture. I cannot get enough of this snow polo and all of the pictures that are coming out from it. It says cheeky Prince Harry. Look at him. He looks so cute. He does. And it was a load of celebrities there. It was. And it says, not the Queen of Christmas watching Prince Harry play polo. Yes, Mariah Carey was there. And it was a lot more people there too. A lot more celebrities like Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, Catherine McPhee, and David Frost. Y'all know that Harry is really close to David Frost. He is. So he's really close to that couple. And Andrew Kendrick and Nikki Hilton, Billy Lord, and Riley Keough, which is Elvis Presley and Priscilla Presley's granddaughter and Lisa Marie's daughter. Yes, she was there as well. So, yeah, it was a lot of celebrities there watching our prince play polo. I love it. And finally, I'm going to put this up. This squatty posted every one of Harry and Meghan's Christmas cards, and they say which one is the best. Now, that's hard to choose. All of them are really, really good, but I will say my favorites has to be 2020. That's when Meghan was pregnant with Lily. So Lily also was in the picture, but at the time we didn't know. And we kind of got a really good glimpse of Archie's red hair. We did. And I would say 2021, when we got a glimpse of the whole family together. We saw little Lily really for the first time. So, yeah, those are my two favorites. Y'all tell me what your favorites are. Put them in the comments. Put them in the comments because, yeah, we have had some good Christmas cards from Harry and Meghan. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all a little later. Bye.